हाँ जी, please carry on, sir.
Right, sir.
Yes.
Right, sir.
Let us start with prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sir, one request, Kapila ji.
जी बोलिए.
क्यों बोला तो परमेश्वर नायडू just now requested as early as possible we have to finish the class 9:30 or maximum 10. तो भी देख रहे हो क्यों बोला तो all are elderly people, they are sugar patients, BP patients, वैसा है इसलिए they are requesting.
Okay, what we do is we will carry on the class.
If anything is reminded, we can conduct the next class. We can deal.
We will carry on the class till 9:30, and whatever is left will be discussed in the next class.
Yes, sir. That is the best one.
So it will be in two parts. Now, whatever we do it up to 9:30.
Yes,
so
sir.
after that, whatever is left, we will discuss in the next class.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. Okay, sir.
So I start with the topic itself, and I'm just posting the chart.
Marriage.
It is marriage, and I suppose I have put up the chart, Murthy, which you have given to me, right? So it was 19/4/2000, date of birth 11/28/44/76.
Correct.
And then the place was Kurnool. It was 78/2/12 and 15:49/54 north. Okay, so these were the longitude and latitude, and this is the chart. I'm going to post the chart. So, and we'll discuss this chart. I'm sharing the chart.
Okay, sir. Right.
Anji, is the chart visible?
So another. Alright, yes, sir.
Is the chart visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Anu, thoda sa aista. So now this is the chart we are to discuss, and we have to decide about the probable date of marriage. Okay, for this native, when he is likely to get married. Now, if you just look into the chart, so the very first point, though Punarfu yoga is not considered in Kaspal interlink theory, yet Punarfu yoga does play an important role as far as the celebration of marriage is concerned. And for all such natives which have a Punarfu yoga, their marriage is usually delayed. It is usually delayed. Now, in the present chart, so what we find here is that Saturn has seventh aspect on Moon. Punarfu yoga is there, and at the same time, Moon is also in the sub of Saturn, which indicates that there will be some delay in the marriage of this particular native. Anyhow, in Kaspal interlink theory, we do not take into account the Punarfu yoga. So I will discuss this marriage strictly based upon the rules of the Kaspal interlink theory. Now, in the case of marriage, whenever we have to find out the marriage, what will be the tentative age at which a person gets married? So if you look at the age, right from 22 years up to 36 years, any particular year may be the one in which the native gets married. To have a rough idea, I have a rule of my own, and my rule is either you take the corulars of the seventh cusp. The seventh cusp co-rulers, they are Jupiter, Venus, Ketu, and Jupiter. Now, the year of maturity for Jupiter is 20 years, Venus is 32 years, Ketu 22 years, 28 years, and Jupiter again 20 years. If you sum up these, then the total comes out to be 100. 20, 20 each for Jupiter, rather 22, 22, 22 for Jupiter, that comes out to be 44, 32 and 28 for Venus and Ketu, that comes out to be 60. So the total is 104. And if you divide 104 by 4, because 4 planets are there, so the age comes out around 26 years of age. This is one simple way you know. You can know that what can be the approximate age at which the native is likely to get married. So this age comes out to be close to around 26 years. So any time after 26 years, this native will get married. Okay. On the
जुपिटर
other hand, if you look at the
जुपिटर कितना सर जुपिटर
20 years,
20 वेनस वेनस तो एक बार बताइए
yes.
वेनस
आप सुनो, if you are interested, you can write down for sun.
हाँ सर
For sun, it is 25 years. For moon, it is 24 years. For Venus and Mercury, it is 32 years. For Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, it is 28 years. Mars also, it is 28 years. Mars is 27 years. You can make it 27, 28. Okay. And Jupiter is 22 years. I repeat again, Sun is 25 years, Moon is 24 years, Mars is 27 years, Mercury 32 years, Jupiter 20 years, Venus is 32 years, Saturn 28 years, Rahu 28 years, Ketu 28 years. So approximately, by adding up, and have a rough idea when this person is likely to get married. Okay.
So what are these numbers?
So these numbers are the age of planets, the maturity age of planets at which the marriage of a person can be celebrated.
This is not Mahadasha period, sir.
No. This is not, of course, not Mahadasha periods. See, every house has a age, every planet has a age, and this is what I am telling is the approximate age of these planets when they get matured. So when they get matured, only after their maturity the marriage can happen. Okay. Like similarly, if you look into the maturity of the various houses, so like the ninth house, it gets matured by 24 years. 10th house is 25, 26 years. 11th house is 27, 28. 12th is 29, 30. Then 31, 33. Then 34, 36. Then it is 37, 39, 40, 45 years. 46, 51 years, and 52, 57 years, 58, 65 years, and 66 years onwards. That is the age of the 8th house.
But in
66
case
years onwards.
in case
It
Jupiter
can
comes
be less
two
than,
times,
it can be more. We will discuss this only at some others in some other class, right? What I'm telling you is I am giving you an approximate method to know that how you could know that what should be the appropriate age at which a person is likely to get married. So that purpose, the age for Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu I have already listed. And by looking at the seventh cusp co-rulers, this is one way. You can add up their age and then divided by 4, you get the answer, approximate age. Another way you can do is the seventh sub-sublord is Jupiter. Is the seventh sub-sublord is Jupiter? Jupiter has got a PS. It is in the star of Venus, sub of Rahu, and sub of Venus. You can even total these up. Jupiter 20 years, Venus 32 years, Rahu 28 years, 60 years, and 32 years, 92 years, and 20 years. That is 112 years divided by 4. 112 divided by 4, that gives you 28 years. That gives you 28 years. It means the approximate age for the marriage of this person is something between 26, 28 years or later than that. Now, if the Punarfu Yoga that comes into the operation, then the age will be further delayed. Usually, the natives, particularly the males, in which the Punarfu Yoga plays an important role, their marriage is usually celebrated after 30 years of age. Usually, in most of the charts. But this is not a hard and fast rule that every time it is going to be 30 years. Okay. Thirty-one, 12, 2025. It is almost how many years? 25 years and 8 months. Approximately 25 years, 8 months they have passed, and this native is not married till date. Now, the second point is that when the marriage of a person is likely to happen, it will depend upon the desire of a person, whether he is interested to get married or he wants to get married only after settling in some job permanently, or maybe he has planned to marry after a particular age. So, for the present chart, now for this particular chart, मूर्ति जी,
Sir.
मूर्ति जी, ये जो चार्ट आपने किया है, has he asked you for his marriage?
Yes, sir. Yes. Not yet.
What did he say? What?
Not yet fixed anywhere.
No, no, that is okay. But is this person interested in the marriage? Is his family looking for some matrimonial alliance or not? This is also
No, sir, not yet. Not yet, because their parents are not searching.
They are not searching. So they are not searching, thereby, as such, it
Yes,
becomes
yes.
very
Yes.
difficult to answer such a query that when the marriage of this person is likely to happen. Maybe that you calculate on the basis of, the Dasha Bhukti, Antara Sukshma, and the transit and all that. But maybe
Another one, the
the
native's
person is not
grandmother,
interested.
sir, one thing, native's grandmother expired recently. So 1 year, after
Okay.
1 year, they want to search.
So,
December ko ho jata.
so which means that we have to wait for another 1 year, right? So,
After December.
sir, actually क्या है कि we start looking for the marriage of a person only when he himself puts a question that he is looking for the matrimonial alliances, and so far he has not found a suitable partner. So kindly suggest that when probably he is likely to get married. So there is no such question from this side. So then what we are doing for this chart is we are tentatively carrying out the analysis to find out that which is the first suitable age when this native can get married. Now, it is not necessary that he'll get married on that particular date. Maybe after that, maybe on that date. So, what we do for this chart is we can simply find out that what is the what is the particular time period during which the planets are favoring the marriage of this person, but we cannot say with surety that this person will definitely get married on that particular date. The reason is because unless and until they start for looking the matrimonial alliances, it becomes difficult to tell that this is the particular time when he could get married, right? So then for the present chart, that we are going to discuss, what we are going to tell is we are going to tell about the first possible date when all the planets favor the marriage of this person. Hello? Okay. Hello? Anji, is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Anji, can you listen me?
Yes, sir.
So
Audible.
what we were talking about was that for this particular chart we can simply tell that which is the first favorable time period during which the marriage of this person can be solemnized. Okay, and at the same time we can pinpoint that may or may not be the time when this native will get married, because unless and until he comes to us with a question that he is looking for matrimonial alliances and he is not getting married, or he is about to marry, only then we can fix the exact date for the marriage of this person. Right? So back to our question now. For this particular native, Haji, your sound is not clear. I'm unable to listen to you. Haji, should I carry on?
Carry on, sir. Nobody is asking.
Okay, okay. That's it. So then, now, since the person has not got married till date, and the current dasha that is running is Jupiter dasha Rahu Bhukti. Okay. Now, if you look at the Jupiter dasha will be right up to 9/7/2027, 9th of July 2027. So, first of all, we will try to find out whether the Jupiter Dasha is favorable to give the event of marriage or not. Now, before coming over to the Dasha Bhukti and Antara, first of all, let us go through the rules which are important to decide the marriage of this native. May I, okay, I'll just change my room. I'm just going to my room. So kindly wait for a minute.
గురుగారు మీరు వీడియో ఆన్ చేశారు సార్.
डॉक्टर साहब मैं स्क्रीन नहीं देख पा रहा आपकी कपिला जी
Hello. Hanji,
Kapila
so
ji.
I'm back here now. Ji, I
Kapila
wanted to
ji.
change my room. So, Hanji, कहिए.
स्क्रीन नहीं आ रही मेरे पास
Hanji, आएगी अभी आ रही है.
अच्छा अच्छा
अभी आएगी सर. अच्छा अभी आएगी. Actually मैंने रूम चेंज करना था सर. Hanji, is it okay now? Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
Okay.
yes
Okay.
yes
So,
yes now
okay. Now, the first thing, as per the rules, we will have to see the ascendant subsublord, because since this is a rectified chart, we will have to see the ascendant subsublord, and the ascendant subsublord here is Saturn, and we will have to see what are the cuspal linkages of Saturn, whether it is giving marriage or not. So here, if you look at the cuspal interlinks table, Saturn is in the star of Venus, and Saturn is giving the linkages of 1, 5, 11. Saturn has no PS. So Saturn will give the result through its star, and its star is Venus. Venus is giving me 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So 5, 7, 9, and 3, 5, 7, 7, 9, and 11 are here. It means that marriage is promised to this native. The next thing we will look at is the seventh subsublord. The seventh subsublord is Jupiter. Jupiter has a PS, and Jupiter with PS is giving me 5, 7, and 5 and 7. 5 and 7. And since Jupiter is in the star of Venus, both Saturn as well as Jupiter, both are in the star of Venus. So they are giving the identical results. It means 5, 7, 11 is there. Jupiter, the seventh subsublord, is also giving the promise of marriage. Now, this was the first point, that before we proceed with the analysis of the chart, we have to check whether the ascendant subsublord and the seventh subsublord are giving marriage to this native or not. So in both the cases, both are positive, both are giving marriage to this native. Now the next point is that before going to the Dasha Bhukti Antara, what we do is we write down the co-rulers of the fifth house. The fifth house co-rulers, they are Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, and Saturn. Then we write down the co-rulers of the seventh house, which are Jupiter, Venus, Ketu, and Jupiter. And then we write down the co-rulers of the 11th house, which is Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn. So here, Ketu with PS is posted in the 7th house, and Ketu represents Saturn and Sun. Therefore, both Saturn and Sun are also posted in the 7th house. Thereby, what we will do is, in the co-rulers of the 7th house, we will add two more co-rulers, Sun and Saturn. And in the 11th house, you have got Mars, and Mars is already there as a co-ruler in the 11th house. So after writing down all the co-rulers of 5, 7, and 11, then we find out the planets, the common planets, which are giving me the significations, which are giving me the cuspal linkages of the fifth cusp, seventh cusp, and the 11th cusp. Now, when I just calculate, I find that Venus and Saturn, Venus and Saturn both are giving me cuspal linkages of fifth house. Venus is there in fifth house, sign lord. Saturn is there as subsublord of the fifth house. Venus is there as star lord of the seventh house. Saturn is there as the virtual subsublord of the seventh house. And then Venus is there in the 11th house, and Saturn is there as the subsublord of the 11th house. So both these planets, Venus and Saturn, are giving me 5, 7, and 11. The next planet, that is Jupiter. Jupiter is there in 5. Jupiter is there in 7. Right? Jupiter is there in 5. Jupiter is there in 7. Then Mercury. It is the co-ruler of the 5th house. It is the co-ruler of the 11th house. Then Ketu. Ketu is the posted in 7th house. It is co-ruler of the 7th house. And by virtue of Ketu, Sun is also there in the 7th house. So both Ketu and Sun are there. And then lastly, we have got Mars. So if you sum up these planets, then the planets we get is Ketu, Venus, Sun, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. I repeat again, Ketu is there, Venus is there, Mars is there, Mercury is there, Jupiter is there, Saturn is there. Only two planets are absent. One is Moon and the other one is Rahu. Both the planets, they are not present as the co-rulers of 5, 7 and 11. Now, if you look at Rahu and Ketu, then Rahu represents Moon as well as Saturn. And Saturn, since it is a co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11, therefore Rahu through Saturn also becomes the co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11. It means among these planets, Rahu is also to be added because it also becomes a co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11 by virtue of representing Saturn. So Saturn is being represented by Rahu. That's why it also becomes the co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11. So 8 planets are now there with us. Only Moon is the planet that is left out, which is not co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11.
A small point.
Okay.
ये कस्पल पोजीशन टेबल में राहु केतु का कैन वी रिप्लेस दैट राहु केतु इन कस्पल पोजीशन टेबल?
No. We are not replacing it over here. We are fixing it through
because we are
Ketu,
taking
which is
Rahu
posted in the
because
seventh
Rahu
house.
represents Saturn.
We are
Saturn
not-
है
we
बोल
are-
के राहु को लेता है ना.
It is first house.
नहीं
सर, आप देखो ना, केतु भी तो सैटर्न को रिप्रेजेंट करता है ना.
ना केतु इज ओके. राहु कोरोलर्स में नहीं है.
हाँ जी बोलो.
तो कोरोलर में सैटर्न है. सैटर्न इज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ राहु. सो राहु
सर,
कैन बी
केतु-
टेकन अप बोल रहा है.
सर, केतु रिप्रेजेंट सैटर्न.
ना केतु, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट केतु, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट राहु.
मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि राहु को अगर हम yes, that is what I am telling. Rahu is posted in the first cusp. Okay, Rahu is posted in the first cusp. Thereby, Moon and Saturn are also posted in the first cusp. Right now, Rahu represents Saturn, and Saturn has appeared as a co-ruler of 5, 7, and 11 because Rahu is representing Saturn. So thereby, Rahu will give the linkages through Saturn, and the linkages are 5, 7, and 11. So that is why Rahu is also a planet that is giving me.
वही point I am asking. Since Saturn is there in the co-rulers of 5, 7, 11, so Saturn is a representative of Rahu. So Rahu
Yes.
can also be considered as a co-ruler of 5, 7,
Yes.
11. That is what you are telling.
No.
Correct. Very true. No. Sir, Rahu in the cuspal positions cannot be replaced by Saturn. What I am telling
Vice
is
versa
that
also.
if
Vice
Rahu,
versa also.
see, no, sir, मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, ये Rahu as Saturn or Ketu as Saturn, these substitutions can be only in the planetary positions. That is number one. Now, suppose here you look at Sun. Sun is in the star of Ketu, means it is in the star of Saturn. Sun is in the sub of Rahu, means it is in the sub of Saturn. Sun is in the sub of Rahu, means it is in the sub of Saturn. So Saturn and Saturn is giving me 5, 7, 11. It means Sun becomes a very strong significator to give the event of marriage. And Sun as such is such a strong planet that it can act as a dasha, it can act as a bhukti, it can act as a yantra, it can act as a sukshma, it can act as a prana. So what I am talking here is not substitution in the cuspal position. I am simply referring this to, because when you study the significations are in the planetary positions, how the planets are giving the significations. So here you can make about changes, not over here. That is the point. So that is why I stated that Rahu represents Saturn, and wherever Rahu will appear in this planetary position, you can substitute it with Saturn. Apart from that, whenever Rahu appears as Dasha, Bhukti or Antara, here also it can be substituted as Saturn.
Sir,
That is
my
the point.
point, sir,
Now your
Kapilaji,
question.
my point is very simple. 5, 7, 11 co-rulers में राहु
हाँ
नहीं
जी,
है, राहु नहीं है ना. So since Saturn is there
नहीं
in
है.
5, 7, 11 co-rulers में, so since
हाँ,
Saturn is a referent of Rahu, so Rahu can be considered as a
जी.
co-ruler of 5, 7, 11. That is what you are telling.
No, 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 not at all, not at all.
Means Rahu is equal to Saturn. Is it right?
Sir, let it be completed, sir. First, then we can raise our questions, sir.
सर, ये जो आप ये जैसे लिंक कर रहे हो ना नायडू जी, वो लिंक गलत हो जाएगा. See,
नहीं, नायडू
when you
डॉक्टर साहब, नायडू जी का क्वेश्चन ये है कि राहु 5, 7 का कोरूलर नहीं है 11 का, तो क्या हम सैटर्न की वजह से राहु को कोरूलर मान सकते हैं? ये है उनका पॉइंट.
नहीं मानेंगे, नहीं ले सकते सर,
बस
नहीं ले सकते सर. ऐसी सब्स्टिट्यूशंस नहीं होती. नायडू जी, इस तरह की सब्स्टिट्यूशंस नहीं होती. राहु रिप्रेजेंट सैटर्न, दैट इज फाइन, बट राहु becomes a co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11 by virtue of Saturn. That is incorrect. ऐसे नहीं कहते हम. We don't say it like that. What we say here is that if Rahu appears in planetary positions, then the significations of Saturn can be used for the Rahu in planetary positions. You take the case of, अब यहाँ आ जाओ आप, Cuspal interlink tables में आ जाओ. Look here, Ketu. Ketu is
म्यूट सर, म्यूट म्यूट प्लीज.
इसका साउंड है ये, बंद करो ना. ये बंद करो जिसका भी है. हाँ जी, ऐसे डिस्टरबेंस होता है बहुत ज्यादा. नाउ लुक हियर, सन इज इन द स्टार ऑफ केतु. अगर ये बंद नहीं हो रहा तो इनको ग्रुप से रिमूव करो. Immediately remove her from the group if she is not muting it. It doesn't look nice ना. 3 बारी तो कह दिया, कई बारी तो कह दिया. मूर्ति जी,
हेलो सर, बोलिए साहब.
मूर्ति जी, ग्रुप में इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिया करो. बीच में अपना अपना माइक लेके और लगे रहते हैं.
అయ్యా, మధ్యలో డిస్టర్బ్ చేయకండి. ఎవరో మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి, అది మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి. శబ్దం వస్తా ఉందంట, మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి, మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి దయచేసి. ఓకే సార్, యూ కెన్ కంటిన్యూ.
चलो. So right sir. So let us continue here. Say, and Ketu is giving only 7, right? So 5 and 11 comes from where, sir? 5 and 11 comes from Saturn. Sun is also there in 7. Look at Rahu. Rahu is not a co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11, but since Rahu represents Saturn, so 5, 7 and 11 at the sub-level in the linking of Rahu is by virtue of Saturn. We cannot say कि Rahu is a co-ruler of 5, 7, 11, but Rahu through Saturn is giving the significations of 5, 7 and 11, is linking to 5, 7 and 11 by virtue of Saturn. हाँ जी नायडू जी, आप कोई है क्वेश्चन?
ओके, आप प्रोसीड कीजिए.
ओके राइट. सो दोनों में डिफरेंस है ना, दोनों में डिफरेंस है. बात वही है लेकिन दोनों में डिफरेंस है. सो दैट इज, इट इज इनकरेक्ट टू से दैट Rahu becomes a co-ruler of 5, 7 and 11 by virtue of Saturn. That this statement is incorrect, right? So back here to our point. Now we were talking here that out of 9 planets, 8 planets have become they have the potential to give marriage, and the planets except Moon, all the 8 planets have the potential to give marriage, right? So after calculating that which planets have the potential to give marriage, now the next point is that we will look at the appropriate age at which a person is likely to marry. And as per what we calculated an age of around 26 to 28 years. So 26 to 28 years में तो Jupiter में भी marriage होना जो है, it becomes slightly difficult. But anyhow, we will first focus upon Jupiter because it could always be plus minus 2 years. So let us see that if Jupiter is capable of giving marriage or not. So when you look at Jupiter, Jupiter has a PS, and Jupiter has a PS, it is giving an involvement of 5, 7, 11. You can look at the table. Jupiter is giving the involvement of 5, 7, 11, commitment with 5, 7, 11, and final confirmation also with 5, 7, 11. Which means Jupiter can act as a Dasha Lord, and it is a very strong Dasha Lord which can give the event of marriage. Right? So, Jupiter Dasha is okay to give marriage. Now, before proceeding further, first of all, we will have to study this table to find out that which among these planets are the one which strongly give the event of marriage and the planets which are not capable of giving marriage. The first planet is Sun, involvement 5, 7, 11, commitment 5, 7, 11, and final confirmation 5, 7, and 11. So at all the three levels, it is strong to give the event of marriage. So Sun is a strongly favorable planet. It can act as Dasha, it can act as Bhukti, it can act as Antara, it can act as Sushma, and it can act as Prana. Why it can act as Sukshma and Prana also? Because there is no 6 at the sub-level and no 6 at the sub-sub-level. So Sun itself is a strong planet that can give the event of marriage. Next planet is Moon, involving 5, 7, 11, committing to 5, 7, 11. Strong promise. But at the sub-sub level, it is only giving 1. It is only giving 1. Means showing the interest by the native himself, only giving 1. There is neither 5, nor 7, nor 11. So I won't say that Moon cannot act as a Dasha. It can act as a Dasha Lord, but it is a weak planet. It's a weak planet to give the event of marriage. It's a weak planet. Anyhow, it can act as a Dasha Lord. Next planet is Mars. Mars involved 5, 7, 11, commits to 5, 11, final confirmation with 5, 7, 11. Now here, Mars, if you look at Mars, the involvement of 5, 7, and 11, in Mars, the involvement of 5, 7, 11 is through Venus. And if you look at Venus, the fifth cusp appears at the sign level, D level. The 7 and 11 cusp appears at the star level, that is C level. So D level and C level significations. D level and C level involvement is here at 5, 7, and 11. So 5 is in Mars, 5 is D, and 7 and 11 is C level. Then here, the sublord is Mercury. Mercury is giving 5 and 11, and the 5 and 11 of Mercury is at B level by virtue of being the sublord of the 5th and 11th cusp. And at the same time, 2, 6, and 10 are also appearing. 2, 6, and 10 which are appearing, they are likely to decrease the strength of the 7th house. They are likely to decrease the strength of the 7th house. Because 2, 6, and 10, they are, for Venus, the 7th house is at the C level. 2, 6, and 10 are also at the C level. And 5 and 11, they are at the B level. So whenever you try to calculate the potential of a planet, then here don't simply go by what is given here. Look at whether it belongs to C category, B category, D category. And there is a rule which is given: star proposes, sub disposes. If the seventh house appearing at the star level is at D level, or say it is at C level, and 2, 6, and 10 are appearing at A level and B level, then of course the strength of the seventh house will become very, very less. Thereby, Mars in that case would not be a strong planet. You can say it's an average planet, which can become a Dasha Lord, which can become a Antara Lord, but in any case, it will never become a Bhukti Lord, never become a Sukshma Lord, and never become a Prana Lord. I repeat again what I said. So here in this case, Mars is involving 5, 7, 11. 5 at D level, 7 and 11 at C level. Then it is committed to 5 and 11, adding to the strength of 5th and 11th house. And 5th and 11th house here is at the sub level. Sub level, it means at the B level. So adding to the strength of 5 and 11. As far as the strength of 7 is concerned, the 7 has appeared here at the C level, and 2, 6, 10 are also appearing at the C level, which means that the strength of this planet will be reduced. But it will allow the event of marriage. Now, to get a confirmation that what is the eventually the result which we are likely to get, good or bad, then the answer is given by Saturn, which is sub lord, which is appearing in 1, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Very strong arrangement through Saturn. Thereby, Mars as a planet will not become a Bhukti Lord because of the appearance of 6 and 10, 2, 6, and 10 at the sub level, but it can become a Antara Lord, it can become a Dasha Lord. It will not become Sukshma Lord and will not become the Prana Lord. Okay, is this point clear? So Mars is also okay. Okay to become a Dasha Lord and to become a Antara Lord. The next planet, that is Mercury. Mercury is 5, 7, 11 through Saturn. We have discussed 5A, 7A, 11A. Through Jupiter again 5A and 7A. Right. Here you have got 6 and 12. Right. And the 6 and 12 appearing in Jupiter. The 6 and 12 appearing in Jupiter are at the sub level. And the 7 which is appearing over here at the star level, that is by the Saturn. It's a virtual sub-lord of the 7th house. So this is stronger as compared to 6 and 12. The strength of 7 will be reduced slightly, but again 7 has appeared, thereby it will give the event of the marriage. It can act as a Mercury can act as a Dasha Lord. Mercury can act as a Antara Lord. Now, when you look at the final confirmation, then 3 and 7 are there along with 2, 4, and 10. So Mercury is also capable of giving marriage, but the marriage somehow will be delayed. So wherever Mercury will appear will cause a delay in the marriage. Mercury cannot act as a Bhukti Lord because of the appearance of 6 and 12, 6, 10, and 12 at the sub level. It will never become a Bhukti Lord. So Mercury can become a Dasha Lord. Mercury can become a Antara Lord. Right? Mercury cannot become a Prana Lord. It can become a Sukshma Lord. So Mercury can become Dasha Lord, Antara Lord, Sukshma Lord. It will never become a Prana Lord. Because at the sub level also, 2 is appearing, which is also negating the 7th house. So it will not act as a Prana Lord. Anyhow, Sukshma Lord, it can become a Sukshma Lord. Next planet in question is Jupiter. 5, 7, 11 involvement, 5, 7, 11 commitment, and 5, 7, 11 final confirmation. So Venus at star level, Venus at sub level, and Rahu at Venus at star level, Venus at sub level, and Rahu at sub level. So Jupiter is a very strong planet that can act as Dasha period lords. It can be a Dasha Lord, it can be a Bhukti Lord, it can be a Antara Lord, Sukshma Lord, Prana Lord. The next planet is Venus. Venus is involving 511 and committing to 5711 all week. Mercury 511 is very strong. B level planets. Venus at involving fifth house, that is at D level. Seventh house at C level, not much stronger. So 5, 7, and 11, and 11 also at the same level. So 5, 7, and 11. It means Venus, and then finally, if you look at the sub level, Ketu is appearing at the sub level, which is Ketu is a sub lord of the sixth cusp and the 12th cusp. Look here, 6 and 12 cusp. So which means that the overall strength of the Venus is weak. It can become a dasha lord. It cannot become a bhukti lord. It can become a antra lord. It will never be a sukshma lord or prana lord. So Venus can become a dasha lord. Venus can become a antra lord. It cannot become a bhukti lord, cannot become a sukshma lord, cannot become a prana lord. The next planet is Saturn. Involvement 5, 7, 11, commitment 5, 7, 11, final confirmation 5, 7, 11, and 6 is appearing over here. 6 and 12 are appearing over here, which can simply cause a delay. Because 6 and 12 are pretty strong as far as Jupiter is concerned. Both 6 and 12 are appearing at the sub level. So it can cause a delay. Right. So Saturn is also a planet that can give the marriage. Now it can act as all Dasha period lord, Dasha lord, Bhukti lord, Sukshma lord, Antara lord, Prana lord. All the planets, all possible Dasha period lords, Saturn can appear. Next is Rahu. Involves 5, 7, 11, commits to 5, 7, 11, final confirmation by 5 and 7. Rahu also is a planet which can act as a Dasha Lord, it can act as a Bhukti Lord, it can act as a Antara Lord, it can act as a Sukshma Lord, but it will not act as a Prana Lord. Prana Lord, it will not act. Similarly, here also, in case of Saturn, also 6 and 12 are appearing in Jupiter and it's at a pretty strong level. So this will also not act as a Prana Lord. This will not act as a Prana Lord. So both Saturn and Rahu will not act as Prana Lord. Otherwise, they can act as Dasha Lord, Bhukti Lord, Antara Lord, and Sukshma Lord. Last planet is Ketu, 5, 7, 11 involvement, and through Mercury 5, 11, and it is 5, 11 along with 6, 2, 6, and 10, and here it is 2, 4, 6, and 10. 2, 4, 6, and 10, right? 2, 6, and 10, and 2, 4, 6, and 10. So Ketu is not a strong planet, it's just a average planet. So what does it mean? That Ketu can become a Dasha Lord. It will never act as a Bhukti Lord. It can become a Antara Lord. It will not become a Sukshma Lord and Prana Lord. So when you analyze all these planets, what you find is that among the list of these planets, the planets which can act as Bhukti Lord will be the one. Now, how do we select the planets which can act as a Bhukti Lord? First of all, among the list of planets, we find that which are the planets which have no 6 at the sublevel. In Sun, there is no 6. Moon, I have already stated, is a weak planet. Then, after Sun, the next planet is Jupiter. There is no 6 at the sublevel. Then you have Saturn, no 6 at the sublevel. And then you have Rahu, which has no 6 at the sublevel. So, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, and Rahu, they have no 6 at the sublevel. And then Mercury is there, which can also become a Bhukti Lord. Why it can become a Bhukti Lord? Because both 6 and 7 are appearing. And Jupiter, is a 7th sub-lord. That is why Mercury can become a Bhukti Lord. In spite of the presence of 6 here, 6 is neither supported by 2 nor supported by 4. It is only 6, 10, and 12 are there. So 6, 10, and 12 would mean that they can cause some delay in the marriage. 6, 10, and 12. They can cause a delay in the marriage. They will not deny the marriage. And it can act as a Bhukti Lord. Mercury can act as, no, I'm sorry. Yes, 7 is there. 3 and 7 are there. Sun may be 3 and 7 are there. So it can act as a Bhukti Lord. So Mercury is okay to act as a Bhukti Lord because both 6 and 7 they are present at the sub level. Then in case of Venus, there is no 6 at the sub level, but the planet Ketu is the sub-lord of the 6th and 12th, along with 2, 4, 6, 10, and 12, which means that Venus is a weak planet because Ketu has got mixed results, both favorable as well as unfavorable. And moreover, as Ketu is the sub-lord of the 6th and the 12th cusp, along with the appearance of 2, 4, 10. So it is a weak planet. It's a weak planet. That is why Venus, though it has no 6, it at the sub-level, by virtue of Ketu, it will not become the Bhukti Lord. Right. So then, out of the list of these planets, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, they are the first priority planets which can act as Bhukti Lords. Okay. Is it clear, please? Any questions up to this point? Whenever we analyze the
Yes, sir.
planets,
No.
whenever we analyze the planets through the cuspal interlink table or through the significations, then what we do is, first of all, we see the overall potential of the planet, whether it gives the marriage or not. Then after this, we have to find out that which among the list of these planets is the one which is the weakest, which cannot give marriage. Then the third point is, after doing it, then we have to sort out the planets to find out that which among the given planets has a potential to become the Bhukti Lord. Right? So, after finding out the potential of these planets and finding out that which can effectively become a Bhukti Lord, then Sukshma and Prana Lord, they also, for Antra and Antra, for Antra Lord and Sukshma Lords, 7 is not required. 7 is not required. The presence of 7th is not essential. Even 511, 511, and 511 can become a Antra Lord, subject to the condition that it's a very, very strong planet. Right. Now your questions, please. किसी को यहाँ तक कुछ पूछना है तो पूछो. Any question, please? कोई डाउट है यहाँ?
Sir, whenever the seventh house, the coroller, if he is not having the position status, he has to give through the starlight and sublight level only. Even though that planet is having a 571. Is it right, sir?
Yeah. What did you say? I'm not followed.
No, when I say whenever a planet is not having a position status, but still
Okay.
is having a 5 7 11, but result will be given through the star lord and through the sublord level planet only.
See, any planet gives the result through its star lord, and the significations of the planets are star, sub, and sub-sub. Star involves subcommits. Together they give the promise, which is the necessary condition, right? And then finally, the sub-sub lord says, tells whether the result is good or bad. So that is the essential condition. So the final yes or no to the marriage is given by the sub-sub lord. अब उसको positional status है तो positional status means what? That positional status means that we have to take into account the position, the house, the cusp at which the planet is posited. That is number one. And in addition to that, we will have to take all the cuspal positions in which the planet is appearing, and all these cuspal positions, along with the cuspal positions of the star lord, when you sum them up, you get the results of the houses which are likely to get for that particular planet. Without positional status means that the planet will give results only through its star lord. Like, take the case of Mercury. Mercury has no positional status, and since it has no positional status, it means it will give its results only through Saturn. That means it will give its results only through the cuspal positions in which Saturn is present as a sign lord, star lord, sublord, and sub-sublord. That is the mean.
Sir, please proceed.
Right? Okay. Okay. Any more questions? No. No
One
questions.
minute, sir.
So
Presence
what?
of seven, sir,
Hanji.
presence of seven is not required for Antara, you say. But his presence is seven
Yes.
is required for Sukma or not, sir?
सूक्ष्म के लिए भी नहीं required है.
Sukma also required?
For for Antara and Sukshma, the presence of 7 is not essential. If 7 is there, it is good. If it is
Okay.
not there, no problems.
Thank you, sir.
We come across many charts. We come across many charts where now, if you want to find a reference, I think this reference is given in Mr. R.S. Chani's book. Mr. R.S. Chani's book, this reference is given, and I'll give you the page number. I don't exactly remember the page number. So maybe around say 100 or maybe 95 or 96 page. He has also quoted that for Antara and Sukshma, the even in Khularji books also, I don't remember the page. I'll let you know tomorrow. What is the page number at which he has given that? I think it is somewhere, when he has given the details for the marriage that he has stated over there in details, he has given somewhere. One single line is given. So the presence of seventh is not essential for the Antara Lord and Sukshma Lord. Also, in addition to this, the presence of 7 is also not very essential for a planet to become a Dasha Lord. Now, this is given in the chapter on marriage, where matching of the marriage, matching of two persons A and B is done for marriage purposes. There he has given this line that here, even if 5 appears or 11 appears, and 5 appears, say 11 appears at star level and 5 appears at sub level, even this condition is enough for the marriage of a person to be solemnized, and this planet can act as a Dasha Lord. He's given somewhere over there in the chapter on marriage. I'll let you know the exact page number, and the line number.
Thank you, sir. We will search, sir. We will search.
Okay. So, any more questions, please?
Sorry,
Okay, so then we
sir,
proceed ahead of this.
Kapilaji,
Hanji.
instead of the 7, 6 is there. 7 is not there, that is okay. But in case 6 is there, then what will happen?
किसमें एग्जांपल तो बताओ.
अंतरा और सूक्ष्म.
नहीं अंतर फिर तो बनेगा ही नहीं ना. सुनो, अंतरा लॉर्ड में 511 511 511, if they are at a level or at a B level, at the sub level or at the sub level, this condition is enough. Now, if you have 5 and 11 appearing at the sign level or at the star level and 6 appearing at sub level, then that planet will not become a Antara Lord. See the strength of planet. You have to check out the strength of the planet. ऐसा नहीं है कि 6 आ जाए उसमें 511 के साथ तो वो बन जाएगा. You will have to check, अब देखो, suppose 7 appear ही नहीं हो रहा. Now, if 7 is not appearing in the involvement level, then whether 6 appears at the sub-level or not, it doesn't make any difference. If 7 is not appearing at the involvement level, then the presence of 6 at the sub-level, it may be due to job, it may be due to something else, because it is in no way negating the 7th house, which is absent in the involvement level. So कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा इससे.
So involvement level में 511 is there, and the commitment में 4 is there.
क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? 4 alone can do nothing. 4 तो बहुत कुछ हो सकता है ना. 4 alone, see, it is a theory of group of planet, group of houses. All these, they work in a group. One individual cusp will not mean anything at all. Suppose 6 is appearing all alone, it wouldn't mean anything. 6 along with 2 is not good for marriage. If it is not good for marriage, at the same time it is very good for the job. So ये depend करता है ना, combination क्या है. It depends upon the combination.
ठीक.
So let us proceed ahead. So then we were talking here now. We have discussed here that Jupiter is one planet, Sun is one, Jupiter is other, Saturn is third, and the Rahu is fourth one. These are four very strong planets. So Jupiter is acting as a Dasha Lord here. It can give marriage. Now, the current Dasha is Jupiter Dasha, Rahu Bhukti. So Rahu, we have already calculated that Rahu can act as a Bhukti Lord. Am I right? Because Rahu involves 5, 7, 11, A level, commits to 5, 7, 11, A level, and then final confirmation 5 and 7. 7 again at A level, sub level. It means that it can act as a Bhukti Lord. It can enact the event of marriage. Okay. Now the next one is that we have to select the Antara Lord. In order to select the Antara Lord now, what is important? The importance is the transit. You have to check the transit. Transit of Jupiter is to be seen. Transit of Sun is to be seen. First of all, we will have to fix the transit of Jupiter. And once you fix the transit of Jupiter, then we have to check the transit of Sun. Now, before going to that portion, just on theoretical basis of what we have discussed so far, Rahu will never appear as a Antara. Do you know why? Rahu appeared as a Bhukti Lord, but it will not appear as a Antara. Do you know why? The answer is because Rahu is not a co-ruler of 5, 7, and 11. And Rahu, by virtue of Saturn, which is a co-ruler of 5, 7, 11, appeared as a Bhukti Lord, but it will not appear as a Antara Lord. It won't be repeated.
Sir,
For a planet to get repetition,
same, sir, same route.
the planet itself,
Sir,
the
Bhukti Lord
planet.
के लिए, sir, Kapila ji, Bhukti Lord के लिए, Saturn is suitable, Rahu is suitable. Antara Lord, same rule can be applied for the Antara Lord
नहीं
also.
अप्लाई नहीं होता ना, ये ऐसे नहीं होता अप्लाई ना. यू कांट
Yes, sir.
अप्लाई इट लाइक दैट. ऐसे अप्लाई करोगे तो फिर आप राहु भुक्ति, राहु अंतरा, राहु सूक्ष्म, राहु प्राणा में शादी करवा दो. ऐसे नहीं होता.
Sir,
It is not like that. See, once we have replaced Rahu with Saturn for second time, what is the rule? The same planet appears again and again only if it is a co-ruler of the primary, if it is linked to the primary cusp as well as the supporting cusp. Rahu here is not a co-ruler of 5, 7, and 11.
But
Rahu,
why do you go for the Bhukti Lord, for the Rahu? Same thing, the co-ruler is not, Rahu is not a co-ruler.
ऐसे ऐसे नहीं होता. ऐसे तो फिर आपके अनुसार चलेंगे ना. इफ वी वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू यू ना, तो फिर तो जो है आपका ये लो 15 फरवरी 2025 को उसकी शादी हो जाती. फिर तो 15 टू 2025 को उसकी शादी हो जाती. बिकॉज सैटर्न इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. Rahu as Saturn gives marriage. Rahu as Antara gives marriage because of Saturn. Rahu as Sukshma gives marriage because of Saturn. Rahu as Prana gives marriage because of Saturn. So 15 to 2025 उसकी marriage हो जाती. अभी मूर्ति जी बजा रहे हैं, अभी 1 साल और नहीं होनी. You get the point? See, don't have to do manipulations like that. कि एक आ गया दूसरा आना है. We have to follow the rules, and the rule is that for a planet, it should be linked to all the 3 houses, 5, 7, and 11. That is okay. Now, Rahu here is not a co-ruler of 5, 7, 11. Rahu we substituted with Saturn to get the result of Bhukti. Okay, why? Because the significations were 5, 7, 11 involvement, 5, 7, 11 commitment, and 5, 7 that was the final confirmation. Now you cannot repeat it because Rahu is neither in 5, nor in 7, nor in 11. So you cannot repeat it. So Rahu as Rahu Antara will not be repeated. If it is not repeated, so Rahu Antara is gone. Now, the question is that the person has not gone into any alliance till date. And if you look at this date, then which antara is going? Saturn antara is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Saturn is a potentially strong planet, can become the antara lord, but within next 3 months, marriage will not be solemnized. And Murthy ji ne abhi point out kiya hai, if for next 1 year, because of some death in their family, they are not going to celebrate the event of marriage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Saturn will not become the antara lord, right? Then the next planet is Mercury. Mercury can become the antara lord, but if you look at the strength of Mercury, if you remember, I pointed out that because of the presence of 2 and 10, 2 is 8 to the 7th house, right? And 10 is 4 to the 7th house. Okay, so thereby these can cause some delay in the marriage. So which means that I can skip over Mercury Antara also, because within the next 7 months, marriage is not going to solemnize. Ketu nowhere appeared as a strong planet when we discussed, because the planets that we discussed, they were Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Mercury.
Simply we can skip up to 12 months, na?
Yes, definitely. So what we can do is Mercury is not there, Ketu is not there, so we will come over to Venus. So
Sir,
Venus,
as you told, Saturn is very good having this.
पता नहीं आप मैरिज, आप अभी मोती जी को सुना आपने, 1 महीने तक 1 साल तक मैरिज नहीं होनी, वैसे भी सैटर्न की दशा, सैटर्न की अंतरा में मैरिज नहीं होगी, 3 महीने में मैरिज हो जाएगी। अभी आज 1st of January है, 3 महीने में मैरिज हो जाएगी।
You're assuming the three महीने में
अरे
marriage
अभी
नहीं
उसने,
होगा। No, yes, sir, your access up to 1 year or 6 months.
मूर्ति जी, मिस्टर मूर्ति, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड। अभी उन्होंने कोई लड़की भी देखनी नहीं शुरू की, 3 महीने में मैरिज कैसे हो जाएगी बताओ आप? How the marriage will be celebrated in 3 months? Well, they are not yet started.
No, sir, each chart में Saturn is very
नहीं,
good.
ऐसे नहीं होता ना। You have also to go by certain rules, you know. You have also to see that what are the circumstances. ऐसे तो आप कभी भी मैरिज करवा दोगे।
Sir, Saturn is very good.
Then what? No, it cannot. No, मैंने right आपके सामने पहले ही पूछ लिया मूर्ति जी से। He says that due to some death in the family, marriage will not solemnized for 1 full year.
మూర్తి గారు ఈ అబ్బాయి గ్రాండ్ మదర్ ఎక్స్పైర్డ్, సో 1 year వరకు జరగడానికి వీల్లేదు మా ఇళ్లలో, అది కారణం.
మరి Saturn చాలా స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉన్నాడు చూపించింది,
మాస్టారు. ఇప్పుడు మీరు విషయం తెలిసింది కాబట్టి మీరు అన్నారు సార్, బ్లైండ్ చార్ట్ ఇచ్చాము, which is the favorable అనేటువంటిది it we have to decide now.
Look here, that is what I am telling. Hey, anyhow, please.
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గారు మీరు చెప్పినది కరెక్టే. సాటర్న్ అనేటువంటి వాడు ఎందుకు ఇవ్వడు అంటారు, కానీ ఇక్కడ సాటర్న్ అనేటువంటి వాడు ప్రబలంగా పునర్పు దోషం ఒకటి ఉంది కదా, అది కూడా మనం గమనించాలి కదా.
సార్ అటువంటిప్పుడు మరి భుక్తిలో ఇక్కడ మనకి Saturn చాలా స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉన్నాడు, Saturn ఇచ్చాడు రాహుకి స్ట్రెంగ్త్ అని మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నాం రాహుని. అదే అవుతుంది తెలుసు కాబట్టి మీరు అక్కడికి యాక్సెస్ చేస్తున్నారు.
डॉक्टर साहब मैं कुछ बोलना चाहता हूँ।
जी बोलो।
मूर्ति जी ने बता दिया कि 1 साल वो नहीं करना चाहते, ये पॉइंट तो अलग चीज है। एस्ट्रोलॉजिकली हमको ये खुद देखना चाहिए कि 1 साल के लिए वो कौन सा प्लेनेटरी पोजीशन है जो 1 साल के अंदर शादी नहीं होने देने के लिए बात कर रहा है। तो हमको ये कह देना कि उनके पेरेंट्स नहीं चाहते,
सर आप अभी पता क्या है सर, आपने ना, कोई सब लोग बात तो करते हैं ना, बट यू डोंट लिसन टू व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। I am simply telling you that probably which can be antara lords, and then right in the beginning I have pointed out that you have to look at the transit of Jupiter and Saturn to decide that which can be the planet which can act as the antara lord. I have pointed out right in the beginning, and still people are not listening. What should I do? Try
No,
to
no, sir.
understand. Yeah, you
No.
simply see, look here, simply by looking here. That is what I am telling, that on the basis of theory, what we have discussed, we can find out that which are the possible antras. Which can be
सैटर्न
possible
अंतरा में ट्रांजिट एग्री नहीं होता उधर.
वो तो सर मैं तो कह ही रहा हूँ, पहले पूरी बात तो सुनते नहीं है ना. अब सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये है ना कि मैंने राइट इन द बिगिनिंग I pointed out that what I am telling is that which can be the planets which can act as suitable antras, but we can decide it only on the basis of transit of Jupiter and Sun. I pointed out. Still, people are not concentrating on the transit.
The problem is पूरी बात कंप्लीट होने तक आप रुकिए. आप पूछते हैं कोई क्वेश्चन है, इसलिए वो
नहीं सर, मैं पूछूंगा ही नहीं, आगे से मैं नहीं पूछूंगा सर, बिकॉज इररिलेवेंट क्वेश्चन होते हैं ना.
प्लीज कंप्लीट योर लेक्चर.
इररिलेवेंट क्वेश्चन सर पता क्या होता है, जब इररिलेवेंट क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं ना, विदाउट इवन यूटिलाइजिंग 1% of what is being said, then what should I do?
Okay sir, proceed sir,
अब नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे सर, इसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. It's already 9:45, so we'll discuss it in the next class.
Okay, thank you, very good.
Right sir, we'll discuss it in the next class. In detail, we'll discuss it. So let me repeat again, just one point that I was discussing. The probable antras, I pointed out Rahu is a strong planet, Saturn is the other one, Jupiter is the third one, and Sun is the fourth one, along with Venus, that is the fifth one. So Rahu Antara cannot be there. Jupiter, the time has already passed, cannot be there. Saturn Antara is possible, but marriage within 3 months appears to be difficult, unless and until some kind of matrimonial alliance is there. Now, had it been said that there is a matrimonial alliance, that is why I asked right in the beginning. Just to make out conclusions, I asked right in the beginning. Otherwise, I already pointed out that giving the marriage of this particular person and finding out a particular age has no meaning at all. Why it is so? Because he has not so far been trying for any kind of matrimonial alliances. Then how we can go and predict the marriage of this person? Theoretically, तो anybody could come to you, he's just 21 or 22 years of age, कि बताओ जी मेरी marriage कब हो जाएगी? Maybe his marriage can happen on 23 years, in 23rd year, and yet at that time he's not in any job, he's not doing any job, he's not doing anything, no matrimonial alliances. See, so many other factors are also be taken into account to make out a conclusion. It is not simply कि अंतरा ने कह दिया and we will, forcefully make him marry on that particular antara. Anyhow, back to my problem, back to our question. So it is Rahu I overruled, Jupiter I overruled, because the time has already passed. Till date, Saturn antara, yes, it can be selected, but the probability of marriage in this short period of time, without any matrimonial alliance, without looking for any matrimonial alliance, appears to be difficult. Mercury, I pointed out, is not a very strong planet. Ketu is the sub-lord of the 6th and the 12th cusp. It won't do. Then next planet is Venus. Venus again, I pointed out that Venus, it is in the sub of Ketu. Venus is in the sub of Ketu. Venus is in the sub of Ketu, which is giving me 2, 4, 6, 10, and 12. Since it is giving me 2, 4, 6, and 12, it means Venus is also not the suitable antara when the marriage can happen. So the next antara that we have is Sun. Sun is one of the planets that we have selected. So it means that we will now focus upon the transit of Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter and Sun, right from 22/1/2027 to 7/3/2027. So we will start from 18/10/2025, not 18/10, but rather I would say 1st of January 2025 up to 7/3/2027, and find out that which is the suitable position for the Jupiter in the transit. And after fixing the position of Jupiter, we will talk about the transit of Sun.
By that time, 12 महीना भी complete हो जाएगा.
हाँ 12 महीने भी हो जाएगा. So this is all what we do it. So in fact, simply by selecting which planet is strong and which planet is weak is simply giving you a rough idea. And please note it down that unless and until the transit permits, the progression permits, the progressed ascendant permits, the event will not happen. That point I'll discuss in the next class. Now here, starting from this particular age, we will also have to look into the Vimshotri Dasha, progressed Vimshotri Dasha, and then we'll have to find out the progressed Vimshotri Dasha. And this is on, say it is 1/1/2026.
Kapilaji, permit me to leave. Thank you very much.
But I am also going to, just a minute, sir. Only 1 minute, and we will do the calculation. So here it is, Moon Rashi. Moon, we will have to find out. Moon is, a significator. Saturn is also a significator. Jupiter is also a significator. Mercury is also a significator. Sun is also a significator, and Saturn is also a significator. All these are giving the event of marriage, right? So they are all good significator. It means marriage can happen beyond this time. So from here, we will have to focus upon Sun, we will have to focus upon Moon, we will have to focus upon Jupiter. Jupiter here is in the star of Moon. It will not permit the marriage. It will not allow the marriage till Moon is removed from here, from this star. And it means at least 3 to 4 months will be required to remove Moon right from the star lord position in the Taurus sign. And then, we will see. We'll discuss it next time that how we have to look at the progress chart and the position of the progress ascendant along with the other planets and how they are helpful in predicting the event of marriage.
Okay,
right?
sir. Okay,
So,
sir. Thank you.
ठीक है,
Thank
sir.
you.
Right, sir. So the rest we discuss it in the next class.
Right.
Thank you.